Hello, it is Big Chads. I'm coming to you on a Monday, May 2nd, 2022. I hope everybody's doing well. This is lesson 14 in the 50-part video series based on my best-selling book, Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. When the book came out, there was just a great response for it. People loved it, and they started to ask me for an audio version or a video version. And there were also some people who, for whatever reason, there was no way for them to get access to the book. So I started in my YouTube channel at Sheds Trading under the playlist, Trading Wisdom, 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. And I've been doing one lesson at a time. I'm reading from the book. I get to kind of expand on my thoughts. And this way, it gives people the opportunity to get access to the book who maybe don't want to buy it, or they want an audio version. They wanted an audio version, or like they couldn't buy it based on whatever country they were in. So this is lesson 14. I'm going to get eventually the whole book online for you for free. It's available right now on Amazon. Trading Wisdom 50 Lessons Every Trader Should Know. I do have 4 formats available now. Kindle. There is now an audiobook format for you to check out, a hardcover and paperback. One thing I do want to mention, my first published book was My Battles with Cancer, a patient and caregiver's candid memoir. If anybody you know is dealing with cancer, a loved one is dealing with cancer, reach out to me. I'm going to get you this book for free. I'm not trying to sell it. I want to email it to you. I'll just send you the book for free. So please do check that out. Just as a reminder, of course, I am a founding analyst at Bitcoin Live, the best-in-class educational platform for crypto. I've been doing twice a week full market reports for almost 4 years. That's something I'm really proud of. And when you sign up, you get access to everyone's content, not just mine. So please do consider checking that out. And of course, as you know, I am on Twitter at Big Cheds. What I'm going to do is pull up the book. I have it in the other screen. Let's get that right over there. So what I'm going to do is read from the book. Here's lesson 14. Just before I do that, I'll pull up the intro. Let's get this down there. The intro and the about the author section. I'm going to pause it. You can pause it and kind of read this at your leisure. And I won't sport your patience and do it now. So just check that out kind of whenever you'd like. That's there for you. We're going to do lesson 14. Pick your spots carefully. So this will be fun. Let's see, lesson 14. All right, and next time we're going to do lesson 15, stick with what works. Lesson 14, we start out the chapter with a quote. And by the way, I have a new book coming out in a few months, trading quotes book. I've tweeted out some information on that. So we start out with a quote. If you are not making money in this market, chances are that you are trying to fight the trend. Trade with it, not against it. My biggest losses come when I enter in the middle of the channel rather than buying on a support retest or shorting at resistance. That no trade zone you hear about is real. So if you respect it, your wallet will thank you, right? If you're not making money in this market, chances are you're trying to fight the trend, right? So it's kind of applicable to what's going on with Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin's in a clear bear channel. It's in a corrective channel. You may be watching this video years later, and I hope people do. But we topped off in November of 2021. We've been kind of slowly drifting down. We just had a failed breakout. It's been, and we're now at May 2nd. It's an environment where you want to be fading the pumps and, expecting those bounces to fail because we're in a downward channel. So people are trying to long the pumps. They're longing after 2 green candles, and that's not the right way to do it in this environment. They're going against the trend rather than selling when that bounce reaches resistance. They're trying to fight the trend. I say, my biggest losses come when I enter in the middle of the channel. So a lot of these charts right now, or just charts in general, you get into these kind of chop channels where you have a clear upper boundary and a clear lower boundary. And what you want to do is either buy at the lower boundary, buy at the support, or you want to buy on confirmation of momentum when that upper part of the channel breaks, right? In the middle, you're just going to get stopped out. So it's important that you stay patient, right? You don't want to buy in the middle of the channel. So I say in the book, I could have easily worked this into the lesson on patience and waiting for the bottom to form, but I feel the position and channel of your entry deserves a lesson of its own. That's how important it is to pulling off your chances of pulling off a winning trade. So your position in the channel, like where are you entering? Are you entering right at the key level, or were you at work and you missed it, and now you're kind of jumping in after that the time to enter has happened, right? Are you jumping in the middle of the channel? You're going to lose your money. It's just really difficult. You're going to get chopped out. You want to avoid that. Quote, follow the price action. Once it tells you where supply and demand lay, pay attention, right? So a clear channel with a clear upper and lower boundary. That's where those are the levels. When those levels form, when the price puts in those data points, when it sets those levels, and you've established clear levels of supply and demand or support and resistance, you want to play at those levels. That way you can structure your risk at those levels, because you want to be wrong quickly. You don't want to buy in the middle and then it goes down, and then you're getting stopped out way lower, below the bottom of the channel. If you enter near the bottom of the channel and it goes below it, then you can cut for a smaller loss. So it's so important to time your entry not in the middle of the channel, right? Once the price tells you where supply and demand are, pay attention. And that's important because you want to be entering at those key levels. As I say in the book, when the price is consolidating in a well-defined range, such as a rectangle, symmetrical triangle, you get that kind of series of inside bars or continuing tightening range, or even a flag pattern, there is an upper and a lower boundary, like I talked about earlier. There's an upper and a lower boundary that the price seems to be respecting. One of the basic rules of classical charting is that you should not trade against the trend. So in a bull flag, right, a bull flag where it rises and then has a slow downward channel, kind of parallel lines in a downward channel after a move up. One of the basic rules is you should not trade against the trend. So in a bull flag, you should be looking to go long at the bottom of the channel rather than looking for spots to short at the top of the channel. So a bull flag is a correction after an advance. It's a consolidation that's most likely to lead to bullish continuation. It's most likely going to break out and continue higher. So rather than trying to short at the top of the flag, you should be trying to long at the bottom of the flag. Shorting at the top of the flag, it could break out at any point because that's the trend and it's likely to continue in that direction. So you want to go with the trend, which means buy the dip in the trend at the key level, right? And so then I say, okay, right. I say you should be, rather than looking for spots to short at the top of the channel. And then I say why. The answer is because the primary or natural trend in this case is up, right? It's a bull flag, it's rising. So therefore, there is a higher chance that the price will break up and resume the trend. This is even more so the case if the pattern is mature, which means it's been developing for a while, developing over a long period of time, rather than even a short term, a lower time frame one. A higher time frame one is more likely to continue. It's a stronger signal, or if it's taken longer to form. You want to either buy at the bottom of the flag or buy on the breakout, so you can use that level as your stop loss. Buying in the middle of the channel will get you into trouble. That's what this lesson's all about. It's about, picking your spots carefully. It's about understanding that if you don't get in right at the bottom at that right at the right moment where you can enter near your invalidation, you just got to wait. You got to wait and find another setup where you can enter at the bottom of the channel, not in the middle, right? You got to avoid entering in the middle of the channel. You're going to get chopped up. You're going to get it washed out. Trade fees will eat you up. The same can be said in the book. The same can be said for during a downtrend when the price is consolidating in some type of a sideways range, like a bear rectangle, moves down, and then you have kind of sideways parallel lines, like a bear rectangle. You want to initiate your short at the top of that range rather than right at the bottom of the range, because that range is support. So it's probably going to be bouncing off the bottom of the range before it eventually breaks down. And you can initiate a short after it breaks down, because then you have confirmation and likely continuation, and you can structure your risk upon the price kind of breaking back up into the range. Or you want to initiate your short at the top of that bear rectangle, right? You want to go with the trend and not enter in the middle of the channel. Sell the strength in a downtrend as that is a move against the primary trend. That's the whole point, right? And that's why you want to buy the weakness in an uptrend, buy the weakness of the bull flag, right? Because it's a move against the primary trend. The overall point here is that you want to be initiating your position at the correct point in the channel so that you have the best shot to turn that trade into some profit. If you miss that ideal entry, be disciplined and wait for the next correct entry rather than jumping in and buying the middle of the channel. It's so key. I've said that so many times here in this lesson. Doing that has cost me so much money in my career, jumping in the middle of the channel. I really believe it's going to bounce, but I kind of missed that key support test I was looking for. Now I buy in the middle. And now I've bought like that lower high, and now I get stopped out, and then eventually continues, but I jumped in at the wrong time, and you've been chopped out at that point. I end the chapter with a quote: "Never buy in the middle of the channel, either short at resistance or buy at support. There are so many different things to play and ways to play them, so you should be selective." Lesson 14, trading wisdom, 50 lessons every trader should know. When this book came out, first of all, the feedback on the book has been unbelievable. People, look at the reviews. I mean, it's unbelievable. Almost 5 out of 5 stars, 544 ratings. When the book came out, a lot of people said, "Hey, can we have an audio version?" Or, "In my country, I can't buy it for whatever reason." Right? I can't buy it for whatever reason. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put this book for free for you on YouTube. The playlist on my YouTube channel, Ched's Trading, every 3-4 weeks, I'm going to do a new lesson. This is going to be lesson 14. I'm going to upload it into this playlist. You get to hear me talk about the book, expand on my words, and it gives you an opportunity to get the book if you can't buy it or if you don't want to buy it. So hopefully you do enjoy that. I'd encourage you to check out the rest of my content as well. I've been doing a lot of quick market updates. Check those out, and the long-form interview series. Check out the tutorials. Really are great for basics, TA basics. I really go over my whole setup, so check that out. And if you're looking for more serious analysis and education, I really highly recommend Bitcoin Live. I'm a founding analyst for 4 years. I've been doing a twice-a-week full market update. I do not miss an update. We get a great team of contributors. Once you sign up, you get access to everyone's stuff. And I, of course, am on Twitter at Big Cheds. I appreciate your following and appreciate all the feedback. Folks, I hope you're doing well out there. And we'll talk again soon. All right? Oh, by the way, sorry. I also did publish a cancer memoir. I want to get this to you for free if you know anybody who's dealing with cancer. I was a caregiver and a patient. I beat my lymphoma. So reach out to me. I want to get you this as well. If you know someone who's dealing with this, find a way to reach out to me and I'll get that to you. So in any case, I will talk to you folks soon. All right. Big Cheds out.